somewhere on a gorgeous beach, but I'm right here in the hood. I'm with the boys in the hood right now. Pulling up outside of Magic. Pulling up outside of Magic. Looking like Jessica Rabbit. They know that I'm dropping the classic.
I'm a killer, glass off a toast. Killer, I'm a killer, gun pop off the most. Rich long time, when I chat on the horse.
Wagwan goodies! Wagwan goodies! Good gal and good man, them. Long time me no see uno. Yo, it's been like a year since I made a podcast video. Don't ask me why. Don't get on my case. I apologize. It's been going so dumb on TikTok, y'all. I was like, yo, fuck the tube. I'ma be real. I was like, what I need to be on YouTube for if TikTok's going so stupid? If you have not already, make sure you follow me on my TikTok at Lex Goody. The views have been going a little too crazy on TikTok, y'all. Like, I'm talking in the M's. We in the M's. If you at this video, I know you see my face on your For You page or on somebody's page. Or you see my video on somebody's page of somebody that you follow. That's how many views it is popping off on TikTok right now, okay? So I apologize. Your girl got a little lazy with it, like where I was appreciated daily. That's my thing. YouTube takes a little while to get appreciated and loved. But that's still no excuse. I want to say welcome to the 20-somethings podcast. It's your host, Lex. If you're new here, my name is Alexis Wagwan Goody. And if you're not new here, you know what's going on. You really know what's going on. Without further ado, we're going to get right into this episode. Feel free to follow me on all my social medias. They'll be down in the description down below. If you don't know if TikTok getting banned or not, but still follow me on it for the meanwhile, okay? It ain't January 19th yet, okay? Y'all, I have so much to talk to y'all about. So much has happened. And I feel like that's why I feel like I couldn't really say too much in the midst of everything, because I was still processing so many emotions throughout this year. As y'all can see from that title today, we talking about limerence. We talking about anxious attachment, letting go. We're talking about moving at our own pace. Without further ado, if you're ready to get into it, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and yeah, let's get into it. The first topic of discussion is limerence. I did not understand what limerence is until just as of recently, and I'm gonna tell y'all the actual definition. Limerence is a state of mind where a person develops an obsessive and involuntary attachment to another person. And this ties into what I'm gonna be talking about as far as anxious attachment style. This year has really showed me like I have an anxious attachment style. I definitely go through limerence. What I can say is that I just feel like limerence for me has been a coping mechanism. The very thing that I feel like gets me through my days sometimes. I don't think there's nothing wrong with going through limerence, but it's when you realize that you're going through limerence is when you have to be like, okay, let me chill. But when you're going through limerence, sometimes that's the only thing that's getting you through your day. Like, oh my God, like, me and this person might actually be something. I want to still fight for the relationship. I want to still see what can happen. I'm still daydreaming. It's not healthy in the long run, but I feel like in the meanwhile, it's something that I feel like a lot of us used to cope and self-soothe that we didn't even realize was actually there. When we get older, we kind of think like, oh yeah, I don't have none of these problems, or I might, but it doesn't show. Dumb shit show, girl. And you may think you're the person that you don't have anxiety, you don't need to self-soothe, you're not that type of person. And then you'll be the type of person that's going through limerence and you're like, oh shit, this is my way of self-soothing. It's when you don't want to accept that somebody may not be for you or somebody doesn't want you, whatever. So you still make up these things in your head in order to not crash out that, no, we could possibly be something. Oh my God, I really love them. Whole time you're just obsessed with the fact that this person gave you energy, gave you attention. You're just obsessed with the fact that you were possibly close to being in a relationship or being loved by someone, but it went left. Like, you can't accept the fact that it's no longer, like, or like, you know, it might not be for you. And if it's for you, it may not be right now, you know? So I don't think limerence is a bad thing, honestly. I feel like it's really something that helps a lot of people self-soothe and cope throughout their day. Like I said, I feel like it's when you make it a long-term thing, that's when it becomes dangerous. Tying into the limerence, anxious attachment. I feel like people with anxious attachment are just people that were always emotionally intelligent, but they were surrounded by people who just had to conform to, basically. Like, you always knew you were like ahead of the game emotionally. Like, you understood things a little different. You understood that it's okay to communicate. You know how to express your feelings. But the people around you just were not like that. So it kind of forced you to kind of just, you know, sit back, whatever, kind of watch people, you know, watch people's movements. Like, hey, is their movement towards me? Like, it just made you overly obsessive with the little things. Like, anxious attachment is something that we have to give ourselves grace for, because a lot of us have it that we don't really speak about. We be thinking that, like, okay, anxious attachment is only for like weak people who are weak and they're crybabies and shit. No, anxious attachment is for people that have been heartbroken, and not just in relationships, but from their family members, from their parents, from their guardians, like from their craft, from their passions. Like, anxious attachment can come any point in your life. It's when you literally have your hopes on something and it's crushed, it's ripped from you, it's taken from you, and you don't know what to do. And all you could do is sit here and try to make up your own things in your head to be like, oh, I can fix this, I can make it better. Is it because of me? Is it what happened? Like, it's my fault. It's not your fault. If you have anxious attachment because of a family wound, a parent wound, just know it's not your fault that your parents don't know how to communicate. It's not your fault that your parents did not acknowledge your feelings. It's not your fault that you don't really know how to, you don't know how to let go. It's not your fault. Like, these people, the people in your life, have literally trained you to be someone who just ignores your feelings, but makes you hyper focused on their feelings. That's what literally is anxious attachment. Fuck your feelings, focus on my feelings. Does it make you too sensitive, overly emotional, whatever the case is? It makes you someone that just had so much empathy to the point where you was willing to put yourself on the back burner for other people, even if they were grown, even if they were your guardians, even if they were half your age. You didn't give a fuck. It's not your fault. If you have anxious attachment, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace and give yourself a round of applause, because you was one strong ass bitch, especially now with 2024 going to 2025. If you have anxious attachment and you still here to this day, you still with us to this day, I applaud you, because it's not easy to be the emotionally intelligent one out of your whole family. It's not easy to be the one that understands that certain things aren't as big as motherfuckers may make it seem, but you have to act like you care about the little things because you don't want to seem inconsiderate or disregard people's feelings. So you overly compensate by caring about everyone, wanting to be in their face, wanting to be around them, wanting to take care of them. It's not your fault. Give yourself a round of applause, though. Oh, on to my next point, letting go. Letting go is hard for a lot of people. A lot of us are in toxic relationships. A lot of us are in toxic households. A lot of us are in toxic jobs, everything, because we just don't know how to let go. And it don't mean let go with no backup plan. It's just when you want to let go, but you don't know where to start onto starting your plan to fully let go. That's where the issue comes in. It's the people that let go and you don't have a backup plan. Once you realize you're ready to let go, that's when you need to start figuring out your escape plan to your better next life. That's when you need to start figuring out, like, okay, I know I don't want this forever, but how can I make my next journey worthwhile to where I'm not still reminiscing about what I'm letting go? That's the thing. That's why a lot of us don't let go, because we're like, oh my God, what I used to have was so much better than what's going on right now. What I used to have is so much better than where I'm going, because I can't see where I'm going. A lot of us don't like to let go of the pieces that we was before the world hurt us. And then that's where we continue to get hurt more and more and more, because we're like, because you're stepping into situations that you're only stepping into because you're trying to run from something. You're only getting into these situations because you're trying to escape something, as opposed to just accepting and embracing and being grateful for where you are in the moment. Even if you're not the most happiest, don't go back. But at the same time, I'm not against rekindling. I'm not against that. That's my thing. Like, I'm not, especially even with bitches I ain't even got beef with. Like, bitch, I ain't beefing with you. That's the one thing. Like, I don't want no bitch ever think I'm beefing with them because we haven't talked to them. And bitch, if I was beefing with you, I'd have been caught you lacking, bitch. I'd have sent some niggas to your crib. I'd have sent some niggas to your DM. Had you linked them, they would have been popping all that money shit. They would have linked you. I'd have beat you up. I don't care. It's never beef with bitches. You feel what I'm saying? But once we realize that we don't have to go back in order to see our value or in order to be valuable. That's when you start choosing better for your next life. Because everything in our life is an era, a season, a part of the journey. If you keep going back to the part when you was like uneducated, you was wild, you was getting arrested, that's what you're gonna stay in. And it's cliche because that's what people say, but it's the truth. It's just like, if you keep thinking that like, oh my God, if I don't stay with these type of people, I'm gonna forget who I am, you're never gonna become the best person that you could be. You're never gonna become what you didn't even think you could be. And I think a lot of us that too. Like, I feel like a lot of us are scared of what we could be. I was just talking to my friend today. I was just like, bro, I think I'm low-key scared of success. With TikTok going how TikTok is going, with certain things going how it's going, it's like, I feel like I'm low-key scared of being untouchable. I'm low-key scared of being inaccessible, because it's like, I want to still be there for certain friends. I want to still be able to do the ratchet shit. I want to still be able to have fun. I want to still be able to, kick it with the hood niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit we know. Like, I want to still be able to do the shit that I know and am comfortable with, but that's the exact thing that will keep you from growing. That's the exact thing that will keep you in the same place. You look up 5 years later, you like, damn, I'm 30 and I ain't did shit. I was just trying to party and hang out with everybody that's still in the same spot. If you're someone with a vision, if you're someone with a goal, I promise you're gonna be one of them ones that make it out. You're gonna be one of them ones that look back and be like, damn, they're still in the hood. Nothing to miss. And I'm like accepting that, like, bro, there's nothing to miss. You can still holla at the hood, you can still holla at old things, but for the majority of your life and of that journey and of that era that you're stepping into, you have to really be okay with, like, listen, my friends are gonna be different. They're gonna look different. They're gonna talk different. You might grew up with black friends, hood friends. Now you got white friends. Now you got friends that have business. You got friends that don't really have time to talk to you every day. You got friends that don't sugarcoat shit. You got friends that are too blunt. You got friends that it's just, you have to be able to adapt and maneuver. And I'm speaking to myself when I say this, because like I said, it's a scary thing coming from, you're used to just the people you know, even if they don't support you or not, okay, but this is what I know. You're scared to let other humans see you, because you're just like, bro, what if they only see the part of me that the hood sees of me? What if they see the parts of me that I don't even like about myself, but yet I still won't let go of? So next, I'm gonna talk about own pace. Being at your own pace, it's such a blessing in that. I didn't realize how much of a blessing it was to go at my own pace, because you see so many people blowing up and it's like, bro, but they've been at that for 10 years. They've been at that for 6 years. They've been at that for 5 years. They've been at that for how much ever years. It's just their time now. Understand that everything that you're deciding to do right now is going to add to the value of where you're going to be in a couple years, where you're going to be when you get there. Don't think people don't see the work you're putting out. Oh, I posted a couple vlogs here and there. Keep posting them, because even if it's 10 years from now, they're going to look back and be like, that girl was consistent 10 years ago. She was consistent for the past 10 years. She's know how to pivot for the past 10. It's like, it's your portfolio. And it's about accepting the journey, because only person that knows that it's been a long road is you. Don't think that people is looking at you like, oh my gosh, she's been at this for mad long, like that bitch need to give it up. You're the only one that knows that it's been mad long. You're the only one. So why not give yourself grace and be thankful that you're at your own pace and it's gonna come to you when it needs to, because you're still figuring out what you need to do. I can sit here all day and be like, oh my God, I should be blown up by down, blah, blah. But I'm gonna also be real on the back end and say, damn, I really don't know how to be fully consistent when it comes to certain things. Like, I don't know how to be super disciplined when it comes to the things that I don't like doing. And that's one of the major keys to success, being able to do things you don't want to do. Not just about everything feeling good when you do it. Even though I feel amazing talking to y'all, I'm having this is amazing. But on the back end, editing is gonna suck. Editing this is gonna suck. And I recorded a hair video, like a hair review video. That shit is gonna suck. That's the part that you have to get comfortable with. That's the part that you have to be like, you know what? This is worth so much. This is worth more than just sitting at home, not doing nothing, never chasing my dreams at all. Understand your own pace. Understand your own habits. Understand your own flaws. Like I just said, my flaws is discipline. So to understand what your flaws is, time management. You like to sleep a lot. You don't really give yourself grace. Like, understand but give yourself grace at your own pace. That's a bar. Quote that. Gratitude, 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 gratitude. That is the name of the game for 2025. I'm wishing y'all nothing but the best. I'm wishing y'all nothing but prosperity, self-growth, self-improvement. And I really hope to see y'all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you got to this part of the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social medias. They'll be down in the description down below. And I will definitely see you in my next video. Love ya. Bye. Mwah.